Anybody was here? No? Hey, then you were here. Okay, good. So, the rodeo guard. It's literally similar to what I do to you guys from Turtle, where I step over and it's kind of like a Gregorian, but it's a rodeo guard. So let me borrow somebody that I can rodeo. Let's see here. I'm gonna winky. Andrew, let me borrow you. Were you here for any of this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So how do I get into rodeo guard? It's basically off of an omoplata. Now this is Andrew's first time up on stage here. So he's basically just going to be, he's got his brand new war chart gi, very nice. What I want to do, I just want to kind of get him in a position where I can begin to set up omoplatas here, okay? From here, instead of going for the actual omoplata, which would be similar to here, okay? I'm going to get this leg over here, okay? And it's similar to what I do to you guys with the Gregorian, which would be going over there and here, and this is the finish, okay? But what I'm going to do here is it's literally me controlling the collar and controlling the belt, and it's literally me moving my hips and controlling his head, okay? There's a couple controls here. One is behind the collar and the belt, similar to how you would, you know, be riding a bull or a horse in a rodeo. Not that I've ever done that, but I can. I've seen a lot of it on TV. Your hands go on the inside of your legs, so you see the inside is on the inside of the knees. I got hand on the collar, hand on the belt. The belt will turn, but you have to engage your hips, okay? I'm chopping his head and I'm chopping his hips. My hips can move, okay? What happens is that his arm is somewhat stuck by my hip in kind of an omoplata situation, okay? Andrew, walk backwards so you can rotate me. So you see where his arm is right here. So I want to take his arm and I want to hit it with my elbow here. So he feels, typically in this motion, most aren't going to think, oh, this is a rodeo guard. No, they think, oh, this is like a potential omoplata. So they keep their hand tucked back here because they don't want to take it out this way, okay? And I'll show you what submissions are available. But what happens here is that as you engage your hips and you pull him into your thighs, okay, I can essentially ride him. As he tries to walk around, step, lift his head, whatever he wants to do, okay, I'm constantly riding with him, okay? I'm moving so that he's forced to move. When he moves, I move with him, okay? Oftentimes they think that they can step around. They'll take a big step with their right foot. You have to try to get around his leg, but he won't be able to because I just keep riding him here, okay? He may go backwards, he may go wherever he may go, but the whole time I'm riding, okay? The other thing that happens here is that this lapel oftentimes gets loose and you can grab it for even a nicer rodeo guard right here, okay? So now I have his lapel, okay? And now as he walks around, okay, he's really stuck because I'm controlling his shoulder, okay? And I'm just moving my hips around. The whole thing is that there's a couple very interesting submissions here, but what happens is oftentimes they think that they can turn this corner here by taking a big step with their right foot. Yes, and here I want to be able to control his head and potentially loop under his leg. Take a bigger step with your right foot. Because here you have his head cranked, and as you straighten this out, his head cranks. It's kind of like a contour choke, okay? But the whole point is the control. That's his, and this hand, they forget about this hand also. So as you're here, it's on belt line, and you're pulling his shoulder, and I'm riding. Because here what happens is that he's trying to step around, okay? I can get this arm here, and I can get a straight arm like here, okay? If I go here, if he tries to pull it out through that hole, I have the burrata plata here, okay? Which we did also here, okay? So there's a lot of things that you can do. The most important of all, what you need to do is just get the control. The control starts from an omoplata. Everybody's gonna pull out their right lapel, and you're gonna ride him right here. I would prefer that you guys have the elbow on his elbow here. Got it? Yes, good. And he's just gonna walk around. You get right over here, and your hips have to be dynamic here. Push, pull, push, pull. And I have to be confident in any position here, because he can't really get out. He can't pull his arm out. He can't stack me. He can't do much. I mean, in all honesty, you know, even if you were to roll, but I'll show you, you stay attached to him. Because even if he rolls, let's say maybe straighten out your left leg, Andrew, and roll your back, I will still go with him. Go back. And then he'll come back up. And you still roll with him. Okay?
Andrew, can you peel his leg off his head?
It's tough. Yeah. So get into this position here, okay? And how you're gonna do it is like this. So Andrew again. So he's got me kind of in a guard right here. So I'm gonna put myself in an omoplata right here, okay? He's gonna pull my elbow here like his, yes. And now his left leg, you're gonna just throw around over my head, okay? Yes. Let's just grab this lapel and reach up and pull it, pull it, pull it. Yes. And grab it with two hands so your elbows can be connected on the inside to your knees. So here, okay, I feel this, and whenever this arm is out like this, the ones who are a little bit on the more experienced side know that this is really bad news to straighten out this arm. So oftentimes you keep it tucked in here. So as I'm going through here, he's constantly clamping my hip, my head. So even if I try to walk around this way, I can't get through. Okay, if I back up, I can't get through, and he keeps his hips engaged. And you have to also readjust tension on that lapel because it gets looser. Yes, yeah, and the more he pulls, say towards my shoulder, this is really super uncomfortable as his left leg keeps controlling the head. Yes, so that as I try to step through and lift the head, see his foot right here? He can thread it under my arm, and now take your left foot and thread it under my leg. Yes, yes. And as you just literally straighten it, Andrew, slowly, it turns into a neck crank. But this is a good way for them to just reset it, and you're here. Because look, I'm gonna drag you back to the center. No, stay. As I'm in here, lift your hips off the mat. Good. And keep pulling on that lapel, yes, and readjust the grips, yes. Yes, so your left elbow is going on the inside of your thigh, and your right elbow is controlling this arm. So as I'm going here, where can I really go? Even if I go backwards, he'll go to his knees, but he'll point his toes. Keep this, keep everything. And then I'll roll over your left hip. Roll. And we're still in the same position. And I'm stuck to him. So once you get control here, you're gonna have a lot of fun. So let's try it. Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. Pull out your lapels all the way. Just rodeo. It's a lot of fun.